Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, yai da dai da dai dai bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam.
Good Shabbat, everyone. Great to be able to be together in person and online as we join together on this beautiful Shabbat, which we'll hopefully be able to beat that rain, but the nice thing is we'll have a nice breeze throughout our service for those of us who are in person. Tonight's Shabbat service is a meditation-style service, and so you'll notice that we don't have prayer books in front of us. We don't have prayer books online, though I think they put the link there if you wanted to follow along and be able to do that. And the idea is just that you have a moment to be present, and when it comes time for the prayers that we're able to, if we'd like to, sing along or hum along or just listen and be present. And that's what Shabbat really is for us. That we're told in Torah in the book of Genesis that God worked for 6 days, and on the seventh day, God took that last day to finish the work of completing our world and then rested. And that we mimic God's behavior by taking a day of rest as well. Thomas Cahill called it the gift of the Jews. It was really different from what everybody else was doing. That we took this time when we stayed at home, stopped working, that we made it a blessing, not a day of fear like the Babylonians once had. So we take those moments now as well to experience the blessing of Shabbat. I invite you to close your eyes as we begin, to focus on your breathing. Breathe in. Slowly inhaling through your nose. Breathe out. Exhaling through your mouth. Continue to focus on your breathing. Breathe in God's gift to us. Breathe out your gift to the world. Shabbat. A moment just to be present. Not thinking about our past, what happened this week, this month. Not worried about what's to come. Just being present in the moment. Difficult. Our minds often wander. But we're taught this week in our Torah portion that we have choices. Choice. The Torah portion in Deuteronomy, known as Re'eh, says that we have a choice between blessing and curse, between good and evil, between following commandments and not following them. But that idea reminds us that we have choice in everything in our lives. A choice to worry, choice to be stressed, or choice to be at peace. A choice to see challenges, or a choice to see the blessings that come because of those challenges, and to recognize them. So as we begin our service, we begin by just being present, by being here. Or as was once said in the Torah, Hineni, here I am in this moment.
I come with joy, I come with hope, come with vision and intention. I come with prayer. I come with love, with searching and sacred questions. Hineni, here I am. I come with peace of mind. I know just where I stand. Here I am. I come with trust. I come with pride. I come with justice and with freedom. I come with history. I come with family, with knowledge and with wisdom. Hineni, here I am. I come with peace of mind. I know just where I stand. Here I am. Where you go, I will go. Where you lead, I will follow. Your people will be mine, and your God will be my God. We welcome you with open arms, with joy and hope, with prayer and love. We welcome you with trust and pride, with history and with family. Nani, here I am. I come with peace of mind. We know just where we stand. Here I am. Here I am.
As we find ourselves here, whether it's in person or online, we take a moment to find out who's here with us. If you haven't done so already, to turn to the people in front of you or behind you, next to you, and introduce yourself if you don't know them and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Or for those online, take a moment, as some of you have done. I see Michael and Aaron and Gail and Paulette, who's also here with us, Terry and Blanche. Wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom as well. Take a moment to tell each other where you're from or where you're watching from and with us today. Hi, Lynn. Shabbat Shalom.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla-lai-lai-lai, 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 yalla-lai-lai-lai. Please rise. Barechu et בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
The words that we traditionally connect to the Ve'ahavta are the words of the Emet Ve'emunah. The words that we often are familiar with are the words of the Mi Chamocha, in which we celebrate when the sea parted and Moses and the Israelites walked through on their journey to freedom. I don't expect that to happen when the clouds come in a moment, so instead of continuing on that analogy, we're going to move a little bit quicker through our service today, just so that we can make sure that we get through some of the prayers. For those who I know who are here to say Kaddish, we'll be able to say that. And so we continue with the words of the Hashkivenu, the words which ask God to spread over a shelter of peace over us tonight, and hopefully a shelter long enough for us to make it through our service without a little bit of rain.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, ve'amitenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, ve'amitenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, l'chaim u'shalom me'ata v'yad olam, me'ata v'yad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, ve'amitenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, ve'amitenu malkeinu l'chaim.
And in preparation for the central prayers of our worship, we rise together. Take a moment for our own private meditations as we prepare to enter into these words of the Amidah. Please pray silently.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני ושפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Koneh HaKol, Ve'Zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, U'Mevi Geula Lifnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav leHoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mkayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, U'mido melach, Melech memit u'mchayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol, Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
May on our own private prayers do as we as a community turn to think of those friends and family who are in need of healing, who are in need of a refuah shlema. Say, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu, hu rofea cholim. Merciful God, who blesses our ancestors, bless our loved ones who are stricken with illness, anxiety. Grant them that refuah shlema. To Alyssa Ayudo, Barry Bell, Terry Bell, Doreen Billett, Rachel Brewer, Michael Brody, Larry Burke, Karen Kasman, Marvin Cohen, Molly Coden, Karen Edelstein, Barbara Essrig, Sandy Flair, Gracie Goldman, Joseph Goldring, Loa Goldring, Batia Batbeshia Panina, Charles Gross, Susan Gorelnik, Hank Heiser, Helen Indiana, Jane Jacobs, Ephraim Kessler, Serafina Coffrin, Art Lazar, Marta Lazar, Henry Leopold, Emily Levin, Barry Levine, Dina Lindquist, Libby McIntyre, Zoe Marcus, Joyce Meza, Nancy Morrow, Perry Moss, Lori Moss, Scott Miles, Kate Negron, Rabbi Robert Nosenchuk, Razel, Bat Leah Miriam, Leah Elisheva, Bat Avram Bachana, Annette Pines, Eileen Porcelli, Melanie Pohl, James Raftery, Joanne Reed, Leslie Herelick Ritchie, Alan Rosen, Morgan Ross, the St. Damon family, Micha Chuna Ben Sima Freda, Amy Selmanoff, Danny Shepard, Bernard Sklar, Barbara Storm, Connie Woolberg, Elaine Wolf, Manuel Zapata, all those battling the coronavirus, the 53,117 troops, American troops who have been injured in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the surrounding areas to date, as well as all those in our hearts. May God grant them a refuah shlema.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, קדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
The mystics. There we go. Teach us that the Kaddish has different meanings every time it is recited. In their minds, it is a prayer that links earth to heaven and bridges the chasm between the living and the dead. The Kaddish is the assurance that the soul is enduring and the human spirit is indestructible. It is a prayer that permits a child to remember a parent and a parent to remember a child. It is an opportunity to bind wounds and bring generation closer to generation. In light and in darkness, it is all of these and more. For it is our people's memory of the best that life has to offer. And so on this Shabbat, we think of those friends and family who have been taken from us in these most recent days, whose Shiva and Shloshim and Shana we mark. Milton Green, Mike Asnier, Irina Alpiner, Sarah Nadell, Jerome Klegman, Diane Glazer, Herman Chudnow, Sharon Meisel, Ruth Voskow, Jan Brody, Barry Cohen, the 7,038 Americans in our armed forces who have been killed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the surrounding areas to date, as well as the 615,438 Americans who have lost their lives to the coronavirus. And to their names, we add those whose yard sites we mark, those whose anniversary of passing we lovingly commemorate. Jerry Altschul, Martin Alvin, Norman Appleton, Cantor Samuel Berman, Robert Blank, Harry Bachoff, Cantor Stephen Dubov, Jacob Emmer, Gary Elias, Harold Friedman, Leonard Hanan Gaba, Solomon Gray, Sylvia Greenberg, James Ingalls, Mary Ingalls, Anne Anise Joy Janender, Ina Kadish, Jack Kirsch, Ruth Lefkowitz, Sheila Kirsch, Max Minlin, Muriel Morse, Kelly Raff, Fanny Reisman, Murray Roth, Beatrice Salem, Mary Schwartz, Max Schwartz, Linda Sermon, Elliot Shepard, Saul Slamovitz, Alan Small, Hannah Steele, Mike Stelfox, Irene Waltz, Meyer Weinstein, Herman Yaros, along with all the names in our hearts, and those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. We join together as one family, as one community, in the immortal words of the Kaddish, thanking God for the gift of life. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach, Hirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayachon, Uvyomechon, Uv'chayei, Dachol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Mivarach, Le'olam, Omei, Amaya, Yitbarach, V'yishabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitalev, V'yitalal, Shmei D'Kudsha, B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all the bereaved among us here and everywhere. Together we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, everyone. So far, we've beat the rain. It looks like Highway 23 is actually holding it close to Ann Arbor, so that's good, yeah. You and Nachshon, so it took me a little longer. So we take a moment now for what we always do, is a moment for any questions that you guys might have for Jewish law, Jewish tradition, anything that's on your mind. We'll do our best to answer that. And for those of you who are watching online, you can post in the chat as well, and we'll try to look for those questions every once in a while as well. And if you have any of those, happy to answer those. Sandy. Excellent. So Sandy's question is about the high holidays. Have we thought about them? Yes, they're coming up. They're getting close. Yes, there's a mailing that's going to be going out this week, I think with all the tickets and information about the high holidays. Maybe next week, I don't know. It's coming out soon. We've been editing and keep changing things based on the CDC recommendations, everything else. But at the moment, our plan is what it's been with one minor tweak, and that is that we'll have both in-person and online options available for people who would like to be in person or online. And that for those who are here in person, for our main services that are in the sanctuary, anything that's inside temple, masks will be required for everyone. For our youth services, our Pitzela service, we are going to be outdoors for those. So we're going to be renting West Bloomfield High School's track and football field, and we'll be using the stands there and the track to be able to have our family service. And then our Pitzela service for our little ones, for our newborns through, we say, 6-year-olds, will be here at Temple in the garden. So yes, so you'll be getting information about that in the mail. Hopefully it'll hit this week, but if not, the following. Yes, Paula.
Piggybacking to that, since we're not going to be wearing masks inside, will we not have Jewish after, like we usually do for?
So for the oneg that we do for Erev Rosh Hashanah, that is part and parcel of who we are. So we could not do without a little bit of a nosh. And so what will happen is we'll have little bags that you'll be able to pick up in the foyer here, the Wally Sampson hallway, and then you'll be able to come out to this beautiful area here, or on the other side of the building where we'll have some tables and chairs set up for people to either stand or sit and to schmooze, because that's part of being a part of a community, and we want to make sure we don't miss that. So that's still part of the plans this year. If we're in person, we're going to find a way to make that happen. So, and our plan is to be in person, unlike last year. So, yeah, Betsy. The question is, do you light a prayer when you, The question is, when you light a yard site candle, is there a prayer that's traditionally said? And there's not. We send, if you're getting the yard site reminder from us at Temple, I know that Hebrew Memorial, Kaufman's, Dorfman's, all of them sometimes send reminders as well. And sometimes there'll be a reading or something that goes along with it. But it's not a commandment to light that candle. Unlike or different from our Shabbat candles that we light, which we're commanded to light, to kindle the candles. And so because of that, there's no traditional words that are said that you're required, in parentheses, to say. And so we've in our yard site reminders, we'll send a little bit of reading to remember your loved one, to say their name, maybe to share a story as part of that. But the idea of the candle is just as a memory trigger for us, to be able to remember our loved one, and so there's no prayer that goes along with it. Yeah, Ida. So our end of summer service is coming up, even though we'll continue after that, and be outdoors a lot. With our meditation style service. We moved service under the stars is going to be August 20th. So it's a week before the end of our summer services conclude, and we will have a picnic that goes along with that. So you can sign up for that. I think it was the Thursday blast this week, the email that we send out at 5 o'clock on Thursdays. If you're not on that distribution list, or it happens to hit your junk mail because we have that problem in the spam folder, let us know, and we can make sure that you're on that list and receiving that. But it has information there to be able to RSVP to sign up for the dinner, which will be at 6:30, I believe, followed by the service at 7:30 on August 20th, our service under the stars, where we celebrate who we are as a community and our founding, as well as we install formally our new members of our board of directors and the board of directors for the year as well. So it should be a special evening. Speaking of special evenings, you should have also received a card in the mail, just a reminder of save the date, October 1st through the 3rd, celebrating Rabbi Mike and his 25 plus years of being here at Temple, and should be a special evening or weekend celebration as we're doing that. Still have some of the same plans that we had originally planned in 2000 and something, in April of that year. And we'll be honoring Rabbi Mike. Some of our youth group leaders will be coming in. Our presidents, past presidents, are going to be leading the service on Friday night. On Saturday night, there's a special shindig here at Temple. I think the Detroit Youth Choir is still performing for us that evening. And on Sunday morning, we'll be honoring him as well with our religious school students and families there, who, if you haven't seen it yet, working with Sarah Frank, who's a member of Temple, but an incredible ceramic artist, made a beautiful mural, and it's actually hanging outside the office. We dedicated that the first summer service this summer, so that we could have that on display. Absolutely gorgeous, and if you have a moment and you haven't seen it, feel free to check that out as you would like as well. Yeah, Lori. Yes, tickets will still be available. There's going to be an invitation that's going out in the next few weeks as well, that will have all the information of the events that are happening that weekend, that if you wanted to be a part of the Saturday night celebration and purchase a ticket for that night as well, you'll be able to do that. And Friday night, there's no tickets. It's Shabbat services, and everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome Saturday, too. So, excellent. Well, with that, we take a moment to be thankful that the rain didn't hit us yet, and and to rise together as we celebrate with Ida and Ed for a moment, because they're celebrating a 5th anniversary this week. So have you guys?
Wow, that was fast. Yeah.
We celebrate the sweetness of life and joy together as we celebrate Shabbat, and the two of you in 5 years.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim and mazel tov.
We also have a challah. So, Carly, I think you're going to be one of our youngest. You guys are going to be the winners in a moment.
Here we go. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
So you get to tear a piece of that and enjoy that and take it home. There's a bag there with you so that you guys can enjoy that as a family too. As we do that, we take a moment to be thankful for moments like this and just to be together. We ask that God bless all of us here in person, online, all who are part of our community as we say these words in the book of Numbers.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and may God protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'choneka.
May God shine upon you and may God shine through you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom.
May God lift you up, giving you the strength to always be you. But most of all, may God bless all of us here and everywhere with peace.
Vayasim lecha shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Unbelievable. Look at this. Watch.